Fit School, what's going on, students? It's your coach, Johann. Guys, if you're like me, you're in between. You're wondering what the best balance is between getting a bomb-ass workout during this holiday season, or any of them, and keeping really active the whole time. There is a balance. What is it? You don't want your muscles to atrophy. You want to make sure your gains are still hella high, but you also don't want to be a lazy fuck and sit there all day doing nothing. That is the challenge that most of us are going to face every holiday season, and you're not alone, guys. Believe it or not, there is a balance. Just like everything we do inside the gym, there's a component outside the gym that attaches to it, but we don't bring it inside, meaning whatever I do in here is a reflection of how I'm going to feel when I leave the gym. And so this becomes our foundation, right? This becomes what we do to get ahead outside the gym. And how do we make sure that we don't lose what we worked so hard this year to get? Really, guys, it's all about balance. And that might sound a little esoteric, but it is. It's work balance to family balance. It's friendship to relationship balance. It's how much of it is focused on your kids, if you got any of them, little crumb crushers, versus you, right? It's all about balance. And speaking of balance, we're gonna grind away. We're gonna work our kettlebell openers today. We're gonna do some stuff that not only works on our balance, but gets us thinking a little bit about how to do that best for ourselves. So guys, kettlebell flows. You take a kettlebell and you flow from one position, finishing position, to another, right? It's all about hitting every muscle in your body and getting your heart rate as high as possible before you start your intense workout. The chest presses, hard lifts, the heavy deadlifts, the power day, whatever. We start by hitting every muscle in our body, gets the blood flowing, gets us moving. That's how we're gonna create the balance between through it. You'll see that each of these flows is really like one rep that takes like 30 seconds or maybe 15 seconds per side. That's why it's a flow. We can grind away at it. We can try and stay consistent, and it'll take us like 8 minutes straight of nonstop work. Let's go. I want to anchor through the ground. I want my knees spun out this way, and my back is straight. My back's straight, I know where I'm at. My hips are open now. I'll stand up with the same tension that I put on my hips. Essentially, from this angle, I'm just gonna be doing this. I'm gonna step out, bend and rest. I'm gonna flip my bill. I'm gonna do the other side. I'll switch hands. I'll step out, I'll rest, I'll flip. I'll come down, I'll switch hands, I'll step out, I'll rest, I'll flip. I'll switch hands as I come in, I step out, I rest, and I flip. That's it. When we add weight, we get some action through here, guys. Let's get after it a little bit. I'm gonna start from that anchor position, boom. Step out, I rest. I snatch, I open up, I reach with my bell just a hair to open up through the rib cage. I bring it back down, switch hands, step out, anchor, I'll flip it, I'll reach, I'll bring the bell back down, and I'm already feeling some huge activity, believe it or not, through my chest and my upper back, guys. I'm getting warm as hell because I'm moving my body. Because at the extreme ends of the exercise, like here, for example, I'm holding some weight. And that makes even the isometric stuff real hard. It's great to get your body warmed up. If you're used to using your body for work, you're running a lot, you're grappling, you're yogi, whatever the fuck you do to get strong and to stay loose throughout your entire body. If your body is your weapon and your best friend, flows, guys. These kettlebell flows. Best warm-ups you can do. Get your body super active. So yeah, You guys keep going, keep grinding away. But hey, get it cracking, rotate that body. Keep that belly button tight. You're doing it. To me, hey, you ask me, this is the perfect epitome of balance in your body. It's staying loose and limber through your upper spine, staying hard through your legs. It's balance. Some of you avid potheads know exactly what I'm talking about. And even though we're working out, we can still talk about the potheads out there. People who feel like it's the best thing to do, smoke weed while you're lifting weights. I'm all for it. Not because I smoke anymore myself, but I used to. But I had a best friend who used to not only smoke, but he'd smoke a ton of weed and we'd spar. Because my boy, he had dreams of becoming probably like a lightweight champion at the age of 40. We didn't do any of these flows, so let me get back to it. After your little breather, guys, keep going. So these things become kind of like a workout of attrition. How long can you stay on top of your game? How long can you be disciplined through your core, through your center, as you get fatigued? Because believe it or not, that's when you're gonna get the most gains. If you're working out so hard that you're not really getting that tired, or if you're working out too light and you're not getting that tired, you might not be getting better at what you're doing. Maybe you're getting stronger, maybe you're lifting harder, but you might not be getting better. So I'm happy with this today. So far, I'm gonna switch sides again, keep grinding away. I'm happy because for me, the weight I'm using is the same. It's not the heaviest weight in the room, but I'm doing it equally on both sides. You guys might wanna go heavy on the right, switch, maybe you got 2 kettlebells, but keep grinding away. Every time I get in deeper on this, I'm gonna stretch my core and my structure a little bit more to try to get into the perfect position. I keep doing it until it is perfect. My boy that I was telling you guys about, man, we would get into our gym flow, take a little breather, and I tell you about him. We used to get into our flow, guys. He would smoke weed long before you guys are out there dabbing or doing your wax or whatever. He was doing that long before I saw everyone do it. And then we would spar. We would throw hands at each other. We would talk about what we needed to do. And I'm thinking, hey, this guy is so freaking lit. He's never gonna be able to keep up. Now maybe I was giving myself way too much credit as a fighter, or maybe smoking while you're working out at the same time actually gets you dipped, keeps you centered, right? Keeps you balanced. As we get back into the exercise, I never in a million years would have thought that it would keep you balanced. Of course, you know, when I used to smoke, yeah, man, I was focused on exactly what muscles I was hitting. I knew when and how to hit them. And it gave me a nice mental clarity or visualization of my body and what was working. So it was great for me. But fighting, you gotta remember, guys, this was 8 or 9 years ago. Notice my reps are getting slower. That's okay, I'm still working. Before this shit was legal out here in California. And my guy, he already knew the secret. I'm gonna take a little breather. We would run, he would smoke, and then we would run. He'd lap me when we're running 4 miles. He would lap me around the track once. Again, we would spar. I did take him down that one time, right? As we kind of collect and settle in for a breather, we're gonna go at it for one more set of 2 minutes. But anyways, my boy, we would spar, even though I took him down that one time. It wasn't because he was high. We would smoke together on occasion, even though I never smoked in the gym, fill that shit up with clouds. And we would talk about how I'm gonna coach him to be the 40-year-old Al Heyman fighter. He'd fight for his family and his kids. It was great. But when we were smoking and doing our thing, my boy was locked in. Maybe that's a type of balance too, right? It's balance in the gym, but it's knowing what's important. Getting rid of what doesn't work. And yeah, I'm gonna add a little triangle extension to my lift. All I do to do that, guys, let's take a break from storytelling, is now I'm gonna flip up. I'll extend that front leg. I'm burying my elbow back into my knee. And now I do my reach over. Everything else stays the same. Here it is from the side. I'll rest. I'll do my flip, which is now getting intensely difficult, even though I'm not blowing out my big muscles. Push through that front knee until it locks out. Now I reach to get my strength and stretch through my obliques. Tell me your T-spine isn't working like a motherfucker right now. This side's a lot easier. So I could probably bump up the weight. It's like a lot easier. And I could even hold the bell further forward on this side. But for today, I'm gonna stay right here. If you were to measure my heart rate, it would be jumping right now, which is what you want. So, we're mostly done. We're gonna do one more each side while I catch my breath. Guys, it doesn't matter what you're into. My boy, he never made it to get sponsored by Al Heyman or whatever. But I can tell you that for 1 year, we got it in. We hit the gym hard. We sparred hard. We did our thing. So if you're smoking weed and working out, maybe it enhances you. Maybe that's the way you find your balance. Sometimes we take liberties with what our needs are for our health, right? And as long as it's enhancing what we do in the gym, right? As long as you can still listen to your coach, you can get away with it. That's why, hey, don't get me wrong, I like, a beer and alcohol here and there, but sometimes that shit can interrupt with your fitness a little bit. If it interrupts it, guys, maybe it's not providing a balance, you get rid of it. Maybe that's what stopped my boy from getting, to the next level. But I don't think so. I thought he was pretty focused and stuff. Guys, don't let anyone tell you. Let's get back into it. As I finish telling you, hey, don't let people tell you what type of liberties you can and can't take with your fitness. Be your own guide. Meaning, if it's enhancing for you, you keep it up. If those supplements you decided to take, the multivitamins, the B12, B complex series, works for you, meaning you feel good, when you take them, I always tell my trainees, and keep doing it. Because hey, as we finish up here, because if they're gonna make you feel better, and they do make you feel better, why stop? Because of some bullshit magazine, some bro science bullshit someone told you, don't do it. If it makes you feel good and it doesn't interrupt with what you do in the gym, your coach will sign off on it. Guys, that's our opener. If you wanna go ahead and hit it hard, do your bench pressing today, your heavy upper body, you're gonna get the belt on, you're gonna do some Victor Drago shit, go do that now. But have a happy holiday this season. This is a part of the Fit School. The class is adjourned. This is your coach saying, hey, happy holidays. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know how those flows worked out for you and stay on top of it. Find your balance so that what you do in the gym Anchor's what you do out there. Thank you. You guys have to join in, subscribe. Now, don't forget, tell someone you like, a family member, someone that's struggling for advice. Tell them to subscribe. Join us. You got to do it, guys.